What is Agentic AI? And how has a legal plugin from Anthropic turned the business world on its head? Let's find out. Hello and welcome to another KuLAB. My name is Ku. This is our laboratory for learning. Thank you for joining us for another business news breakdown. Today we're going to look at an article about a new AI tool from Anthropic. A tool that is turning the business world upside down. Could probably change businesses forever with this kind of technology. Let's take a look at it. Let's learn some business vocabulary. Let's learn some business concepts and enjoy another business news breakdown. All right. Usually, I like to give our authors credit. Today, there aren't any authors listed, so we'll say that this article comes to us from the Legal Insider. Let's look at our headline here. Anthropic unveils Claude legal plugin and causes market meltdown. Just to give us some basic information for some of the businesses we're talking about today, Anthropic is an AI company similar to Google or OpenAI. They have an AI named Claude. Claude does a lot of coding. You might have heard words like vibe coder, things like that. They are using the Claude agent. A legal plugin. So plugin in this situation is some sort of tools, in this case software, that you plug into this AI that gives it other abilities, that allows it to do other things. And in this case, the plugin is a legal plugin, which means it's concerned with the law, things that might have to do with lawyers. Finally, causes market meltdown. Our word here, meltdown, is a dramatic word that means everything has gone very terribly. A meltdown usually means there's a lot of losses. So it's a dramatic, sort of exaggerated word to describe the feeling when something goes completely upside down. So we're going to talk about why this plugin specifically led to a market meltdown. As we know, lots of AI tools have been released. There's a story every other day about AI affecting the world, AI turning jobs into something else. So why do we choose this topic today? How significant is it, and why is there a meltdown associated with this particular tool? Generative AI vendor Anthropic has unveiled a legal plugin that helps customize its large language model Claude for legal tasks, such as document review, sending public legal software stocks into an ensuing spin today. So some of our vocabulary here, we've talked about legal plugin. Our word here, ensuing. Ensuing means it's about to happen, happening as we speak. So an ensuing spin is something that we're going to see happen in the next days, weeks, very, very quickly. Anthropic in January launched Claude Cowork, a user-friendly version to make Claude Code more accessible. Claude Code is an agentic coding tool that lives in your terminal and can help you execute routine tasks, while Cowork is a more accessible no-code version. Rather than just conversing in a chat interface, it can plan, execute, and iterate through complex multi-step workflows. Let's take a look at this paragraph. There's a lot of good vocabulary and a lot of good information. So first of all, we'll look at Claude Cowork. Claude Cowork is the brand name of the tool, similar to like Gemini or ChatGPT. It's a specialized version of that. They all have little specialized names. Now this word is agentic coding tool. So there's our special word of the day. What is agentic? So in AI, usually you have a chatbot. So an agentic tool is different than a chatbot, and here's how. Usually in a chatbot like OpenAI or ChatGPT or Gemini or whichever one you use, You type in something called a prompt, and it gives you some sort of output. You read that output and you keep typing. The human does most of the work. It can basically take prompts and then it can respond. An agentic tool is different. An agentic tool takes a goal. You give it some sort of goal, like sort these documents, onboard this person, and then the tool itself can use a computer like a human. It can open up tools. It can decide which tool it should use. Open up Excel, open up Microsoft Word. It can use any tool that it needs to accomplish the goal, just like a human does. So you don't have to keep adding prompts. You don't have to keep adding extra things. The human is just there to review the output. Agentic means it's human-like. It means it can do things that a human can do. So this is the kind of tools that we're talking about that are a little bit different than just regular AI or regular chatbots. In this case, it can help you execute routine tasks. Execute here is a vocabulary word that means do, so it can help you perform tasks. So our vocabulary word here, iterate. Iterate means go through several different steps. When you iterate a process, you are going through step 1, finding some sort of output, going to step 2, getting some sort of output, and keep going. The agentic model can do this by itself without any human input. As it goes through tasks, it can solve it like a human might. The legal plugin is described as being capable of, for example, reviewing documents, flagging risks, NDA triage, and tracking compliance. This word here, triage, is a medical term. It means to decide what is the most important. When you go into triage, you might have someone who has a broken leg or someone who has been shot and they're wounded and they will die if you don't take care of them immediately. So in the medical field, triage means sort by the most important, the highest priority. And in this case, it sorts NDA. NDA here is non-disclosure agreements. So these are legal documents that you might sign where you can't say anything to anyone. It sorts those by what are the most important, such as easy NDA, we've seen this before, or these NDAs are very important. So basically, it can do the work of a lawyer. Now, the reason why this is important is because entire industries rely on what's called the billable hour. So we know that if you go to a lawyer, you pay by the hour. If it takes the lawyer 10 hours to do something, you pay for 10 hours of time, usually. Well, if this plugin can take 10 seconds to do what a lawyer, even a low-level lawyer, might take 3 or 4 hours, you can imagine that the entire industry has to change its model. We can no longer bill for time if time isn't something that matters. So now we see like the entire legal industry maybe switching to a model where they have you pay based upon the output of something instead of the hours it took to get to that output. So you can imagine if the entire legal system or the entire legal firms are seeing this sort of shift, any profession where you talk to someone and they bill you based upon the time that it took to reach that conclusion will be affected. Anything that requires billable hours or we had to take some time to review this will be affected. Sales, marketing, legal, any profession. So this is why the markets are in such an uproar. Because of this agentic model, this model that can act like a human, and it can do the tasks that would normally take humans multiple hours to do in a matter of seconds, is a big shift in the overall business model of thousands upon thousands of businesses. So you can see why this might turn something upside down. Shares in the London Stock Exchange Group fell by 8.5% amid fears of the impact of AI on data companies. It is, of course, yet unknown how it will impact the valuation of unlisted companies that operate in the in-house legal sector, such as Harvey and Legora. The London Stock Exchange fell by 8.5% on the impact of AI on data companies. So any company that does data analytics can also suffer using agentic AI. So as you can see, here are some of the companies as of today all going down because of this significant tool. So there we have it, an article on this new agentic type AI model and what it means for the legal profession specifically, but also any profession that has any person that uses billable hours. So in terms of the business world, this could be a considerable new challenge for lots of businesses. Thank you for joining us. Do like and subscribe if you find this kind of content useful. It does help us out. In the comments below, comment what you think might happen. Will this affect your business? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Love to hear your business ideas and what you think might happen. Thanks again for joining us. I'll see you in the next KuLAB.